This is Update News, weekly news and information program produced by Communication and Journalism Department students at the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire.
Good afternoon. Welcome to this Friday's edition of Update News. I'm Matt Troji.
And I'm Megan Lowry. Coming up, the Chippewa Valley women's roller derby team prepares for their first season.
And later, Update's Alyssa Ogletree tells us about the Salvation Army's fundraising campaign this holiday season.
But first, as the city of Eau Claire continues to create and change plans for an expansion of the city jail, the Citizens Against Jail Expansion Group continue to counteract. Update's Michelle Clemens has more.
Last week, the Eau Claire City Council made yet another adjustment in the ongoing controversy of the jail expansion. The City Council has asked the Eau Claire Planning Commission to reword the jail plans they have created to broaden the sites in which a new jail site can be established. In the last year, Eau Claire County officials have argued that an expansion of Eau Claire's incarceration facilities is necessary to meet the demand for more space. On the other hand, Eau Claire citizens and taxpayers are weary of the estimated $60 million price tag that such a project would cost, and are upset about the areas being examined for the new site. The heated debate has not settled down. Dr. Annalisa DeGrave, a University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire professor and member of the Citizens Against Jail Expansion Group, or CAGE, says the building sites the county has advocated are not acceptable.
They shouldn't be near churches, schools, recreational areas, historic neighborhoods, which is exactly where it's at right now.
The city has endorsed the downtown area because it would be better economically. But after losing the fight against a new jail site altogether, CAGE is now focused on bringing the new site away from downtown to a more rural or industrialized area. DeGrave says expansion anywhere in downtown Eau Claire would have a negative impact on what the community is trying to accomplish in these areas.
If they were to build downtown, it would create more concrete, more parking, increased traffic problems right in the heart of downtown. Plus, it goes against the initiatives of the city to revitalize the downtown. You know, make businesses thrive, you need human beings to be there 24 hours a day, not just coming to visit while they go to work and then leave the heart of the downtown. So I want pedestrians, I want neighbors, I don't want parking lots and cars.
For now, the City Council meetings in December will front this issue head-on, focusing on pinpointing a new jail site location that will be agreeable for the city and its law enforcement, as well as for concerned citizens. Reporting for Update News, I'm Michelle Clemens.
The Eau Claire City Council and county officials hope to work together to have all jail expansion issues resolved in 2010.
The Chippewa Valley saw its first major snowfall this season earlier this week. Eau Claire residents woke up to see 8 to 10 inches of fresh powder Wednesday morning. The snow was accompanied by wind gusts upwards of 30 miles per hour, causing hazardous driving conditions and dangerously cold wind chills. Schools and government offices across the state were closed as Governor Jim Doyle ordered all non-essential state employees to stay home. Another winter storm is brewing on the west coast and is expected to reach the area Sunday, but is not expected to be as severe as the first storm.
Wednesday's winter storm hammered down on more than a dozen states with heavy snow, high winds, and ice. Some areas of Wisconsin received 12 inches of the snow, but the worst of the storm hit parts of Iowa, with Des Moines reporting a total of 16 inches. The storm is blamed for at least 16 deaths, mostly from traffic accidents. With hundreds of schools closed, the storm left thousands of people without power from New York to Missouri. The storm was a rude awakening after an unseasonably warm and dry November for most of the Midwest region.
NASA announced yesterday that it will postpone the launch of a new sky mapping spacecraft because of engine problems. The Wide Field Infrared Survey Explorer, or WISE, was scheduled for launch today. Engineers said that a problem with the spacecraft's steering engine caused the delay, which will push the launch back to Saturday at the very earliest. The $320 million mission will scan the sky with infrared light in hopes of detecting asteroids, comets, and other objects previously unknown to researchers. One of the main objectives of the mission is to catalog any objects that may pose a danger to Earth.
Officials believe that ice may have caused an oil pipeline to rupture on Alaska's North Slope, releasing 46,000 gallons of crude oil and water onto the snow-covered tundra. This is the largest spill since 200,000 gallons of crude oil spilled onto the North Slope in 2006. Officials say that an ice buildup inside the tube caused the 18-inch pipe to rupture, covering about 3/4 of an acre in oil. Alaska's North Slope is home to Purdue Bay, North America's largest oil field. The pipeline was last inspected in 2008 and was found to be serviceable. However, the line was shut down a few weeks ago because of restricted flow due to ice.
A police chase through the heart of Times Square Thursday left one man dead. Police shot and killed the suspect, ending the chase near a landmark hotel after a gunfight that shattered box office and gift shop windows. Police say 25-year-old Raymond Martinez and his brother were trying to dupe tourists into buying CDs along Broadway and 46th Street when police approached him. The police asked for tax identification, but Martinez took off running, later firing at the police with a machine pistol. An officer then fired at him 4 times, hitting him in the chest and arms. Police say the shooting appears to be within departmental guidelines, which allows for deadly force when officers' life is threatened.
Retail sales rose more than expected in November, boosting hopes that the consumer sector will support the fragile recovery. The government's report came as a surprise after the nation's retailers presented lackluster reports earlier in the holiday shopping season. Retail sales rose 1.3% last month, the biggest gain since sales jumped 2.4% in August. The Commerce Department says November marked the second month in a row that gains were more than double the 0.6% increase economists expected. Consumer spending accounts for 70% of overall economic activity.
A strange light phenomenon took place over the northern part of Norway as a new Russian missile failed during its testing. The Russian defense minister reported a Bulava missile suffered a failure in its 3rd stage of launching as it was launched from a submerged submarine on Wednesday. The botched missile launch was the 8th failure of the 12 tests of the weapon, diminishing the country's hopes of establishing a strong sea-based nuclear arsenal. Officials have insisted the missile's design is sound, but the manufacturing flaws are a result of post-Soviet industrial degradation. The Bulava program has consumed a large amount of the Russian military budget without producing any visible results. 5 young Americans have been arrested in Pakistan this week on the suspicions of joining militant Islamist groups in the area. Officials from the town of Sargodha have charged the men with violating foreigners and cyber acts, attempting to contact Pakistani militants through YouTube and other internet sites. On Thursday, the FBI confirmed the arrest of the men, saying they are still looking into the details of the situation.
About why they were there, who they were in the company of, and the implications of that. We've reached no conclusions on that.
As of now, the men are being held in Pakistan, but U.S. authorities are attempting to get the men deported back to the United States for further prosecution.
Coming up after the break, a new animal shelter in Eau Claire provides help to animals in memory of a family's pet.
And later we'll take a look at this weekend's chilly weekend weather forecast.
Stick with us, you're watching Update News.
Are you ready?
Yes.
The unveiling.
Oh.
Fantastic.
Oh, look at you. You look.
Ooh. You almost look like a model, I swear.
I never say this to anyone, but it's perfect.
Today, people seem to care a lot more about how good they look than how well they see. And that's a big mistake, because an eye doctor can see things you can't, like the first signs of glaucoma and other serious health conditions like diabetes and high blood pressure. Conditions you want to know about sooner, not later. For men and women over 40, it might be wise to look into your eyes to see better and be better. For more information, visit checkyearly.com. A message from the Vision Council of America and AARP.
Ever think what would happen to your pets if something happened to you? The ASPCA already has. They have everything that you need to know about emergency pet preparedness right on their website. And remember, there is no better friend you can have than a pet you adopt at a local animal shelter. If you love animals as much as I do, you will want them to have a long and happy life. Right, Chubby? Wow.
The Eau Claire County Salvation Army is hard at work to raise funds this holiday season.
The annual Kettle Drive and the Toys for Tots program are behind on their goals this year. With Christmas approaching, the organization hopes to cover a lot of ground in order to provide for families in need.
Updates Alyssa Ogletree has more.
The Salvation Army has seen a decrease in charitable contributions over the last few years. People continue to be affected by the low economy our country has been experiencing. As a result, community members of Eau Claire have been less able to adopt a family for the holidays, and the annual Toys for Tots program and the Red Kettle Drive have seen fewer donations. Despite these setbacks, the Eau Claire County Salvation Army is persevering through this holiday season. The organization is really putting forth an effort to have their cause seen and heard.
Located on South Hastings Way, the Eau Claire County Salvation Army continues to receive many donations throughout the season, but officials say donations are far below where they should be in order to reach their goals. The Salvation Army raises the majority of the funds they need for the year during their annual holiday Red Kettle Drive. With both the Red Kettle Drive as well as their annual Toys for Tots program in full swing, Captain Robert Duskin says the Salvation Army is partnering with the Eau Claire community to meet their needs.
We try to work in being the connection between those who are in need and those who are willing to give.
This holiday season, Duskin says the organization has set a $300,000 monetary goal.
It was ambitious to make that goal, as we didn't quite reach our goal last year. But we are confident that we'll be able to make it as we are partnering with the community.
The organization's strategy to keep donations coming in is to have volunteers stationed at the Red Kettles anytime they are out, and to make it easy for community members to drop off the new toys they have purchased for the Toys for Tots program. The Salvation Army has had a lot of volunteer help this holiday season, but officials say they can always use more. Eau Claire residents can lend a helping hand by giving money when they see a red kettle, donating a toy to the Toys for Tots program, or by giving their time to the Salvation Army food pantry.
We are trying to be a hand up for those in need and not just a handout.
As a result of the donations, the Salvation Army is able to give Thanksgiving and Christmas assistance to families in need in Eau Claire County in the form of food baskets, toys, and gift cards.
Duskin says that with the first Toys for Tots deadline for donations coming up the 14th of this month, the Salvation Army hopes to see more toys come in so they can make Christmas special for the children of families in need. With Toys for Tots drop boxes at the Gordy's County Market and red kettles at Walmart, Sam's Club, and many grocery store locations around Eau Claire, the Salvation Army is making it easy to donate. For more information on how to donate or to become a volunteer, contact the Eau Claire County Salvation Army at 834-1224 or visit their website at salvationarmyusa.org.
A new shelter is opening its doors to help rescued dogs in the community. Updates Dustin Lukey has the report on Bob's House.
Saturday, Travis and Amy Quella realized a dream with the grand opening of Bob's House for Dogs, and people took notice.
We had at least 450, upwards of 500 people. The encouraging thing, the real encouraging thing, is that a lot of these people were new to us. Over and above friends and coworkers and whatnot, there's a lot of interest and curiosity from the community at large.
With good reason, too. Bob's House takes a fresh, new approach to caring for shelter dogs. By providing dogs with all the comforts of home, the Quellas hope to care for them above and beyond what a standard shelter can.
There are some dogs that need a little bit more help, or some dogs that do worse at shelters, especially ones that are given up at an advanced age or don't really present themselves too well to potential adoptees. So we want to bring them into Bob's House, have them experience an at-home type of atmosphere, which we can see we're trying to replicate with this room here.
The shelter itself is named for Bob, a dog the Quellas rescued from an area shelter. 3 years ago, Bob was hit by a car and killed not far from the Quellas' home. That night, Travis and Amy put the wheels of this project in motion.
Not necessarily having the money or the time, we formulated the idea. The name itself was the easiest part, and then we went through a number of things to include rezoning of our property, a number of different permits, and trying to come up with at least some initial construction finances.
They should see their first few dogs in and out of Bob's House in the next couple of months. If successful, Quella says they hope to expand their capacity further than their current 12-dog limit.
We may well petition and try to have that raised to 18 or 20 dogs, that the facility will easily handle it. It's just a matter of our staffing, our volunteers, and finances.
With photographer Lucy Lee, I'm Dustin Lukey. Update News.
Quilla says the best way to find out more information about the shelter is to log onto their website, www.bobshousefordogs.org.
Weather is up next after the break.
And later, Dustin will have the Packers highlights from Monday night's football game.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Update News.
Support the Red Cross and change a life, starting with your own.
Folks, why won't we go to the doctor? My uncle called, speech all slurred, complaining his arms numb. He called everyone. He even called my daughter Tiara, because, you know, she's got a year of nursing. Everyone thinks he needs to go to the doctor, including me. So he said, well, will you take me? I'm like, I'm on the road. He goes, I'll wait. Stroke's no joke. If you or someone you love have symptoms of stroke, don't wait. It may be too late. Dial 911. Time loss is brain loss.
Welcome home, man.
The bitter cold temperatures are here to stay. As we head into the weekend, make sure to bundle up. Tonight will be partly cloudy with a low of 4 degrees, and tomorrow looks to be a little warmer with a high of 20 degrees. Saturday night, temperatures will drop to a low of 4. Sunday, there's a chance of snow with a high of 22 during the day and a low of 16 degrees for Sunday evening.
A new sport is rolling its way into town, bringing roller skates, fishnets, and teamwork back in style. The Chippewa Valley's first flat-track women's roller derby team has started practicing, and we caught up with the team to find out how they're doing. The Chippewa Valley Roller Girls team formed just a few months ago and already has stirred up some excitement. Team member Hillary Ivory says the sport is a mix of speed skating and hockey. With 4 blockers and 1 jammer, the goal of the game is to protect the jammer. The jammer's job is to score points by skating through the pack and passing the other team. But team coach and player Brianna Voyevich says the sport offers more than just a competitive edge.
What I like about this sport is it's more entertaining as well. So you can wear fishnets, you can wear skirts. A lot of people have the alias Mardi Gras, and you can really become that character and leave your boring day job, real life aside, and you know, when you're at the bout and when you're skating, you're that person.
But don't let the retro fashion and theatrics fool you. Roller derby is a contact sport. As checking and blocking are part of the game, Voyevich says players need to have endurance and speed to protect their jammer. She says the sport has something for everyone. Team member Lee Stage says roller derby is a great way to get exercise and to meet people in the community.
I like the fact that it's all girls and we're kind of like a family. We really feel like a team and we all support each other. And
the team hasn't played a game yet, but Ivory says so far it's been a great experience.
I love the practices. I love getting sweaty. I love falling. I love hitting people. I love all of it. It's a great team. It's a great time.
The team practices at the Eau Claire Sports Center on Saturday mornings. If you want more information, you can contact the team through their Facebook page. Up next in sports, the Badgers men's basketball team suffers an upset loss to in-state rival UW Green Bay.
And Notre Dame announces their new head coach. You're watching Update News.
seat. Hey, what you got? Stay down. Everybody stand clear, ma'am. I need you to back up, okay?
2 out of 3 people with diabetes die of heart attack or stroke.
We're gonna have a shot then. Everybody stand clear.
That was his wake-up call. This is yours. The good news is, you can lower the risk of heart attack or stroke.
Sir.
Ask your healthcare provider how. To learn more, go to diabetesactnow.org.
It's the happy birthday song. Love Dad and love Mom. It's your birthday. Now that's the bomb. Your birthday and living strong. It's the happy birthday song. It's the happy birthday song. It's the happy birthday.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent, because kids in foster care don't need perfection. They need you.
We get closer to a world with more birthdays when we take cancer patients by the hand. We help them find answers and guidance and hope, and give them more candles to light. We're the American Cancer Society, the official sponsor of birthdays.
The Green Bay Packers needed a big win on Monday night. The 6-5 Baltimore Ravens weren't going to make that easy, though, as both teams hope to stay in the playoff picture. The 7-4 Packers came into Monday night's game with a 3-game winning streak. Second quarter action, Packers by 10 and threatening. Aaron Rodgers hits Donald Driver, who gives it the extra effort and makes it across for 6 more and a Lambeau leap. In the third now, Ravens down 10, but on the Packers' 1-yard line, Willis McGahee rumbles in, bringing the Ravens within 4. Wouldn't be enough, though, as Rodgers rolls out and completes this one to Jermichael Finley, sealing the deal. Packers win this one, 24-14 is the final. Green Bay improves to 8-4 on the season. Thursday night football action on the NFL Network as Super Bowl champion Pittsburgh Steelers make the trip to Cleveland to face the 1-win Browns. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin looking to snap a 4-game losing streak, but early on, it's all Cleveland. After jumping out to a 6-0 lead, the Browns show off their version of the Wildcat formation. This is Joshua Cribbs who takes it on the sideline, and he's going to make a few Steelers miss before he's finally brought down around the Steelers' 30. Few plays later now, Browns in the red zone, quarterback Brady Quinn takes the snap and hands it off to Chris Jennings, who takes it to the outside and just makes it to the pylon. Browns lead by 13 at the half. Steelers down by a score late in the fourth. One last effort on fourth down, Ben Roethlisberger looking for anyone over the middle, but David Bowens knocks it down. Browns take only their second win of the season, 13-6 over the defending champs. Big news in college football today. University of Cincinnati head coach Brian Kelly has informed his players he won't be coaching them in the Sugar Bowl. Instead, despite his own denial, Kelly signed a 5-year deal to coach at Notre Dame. Kelly takes over for Charlie Weiss, who was let go after 5 seasons, leading the Fighting Irish to 35 wins and 27 losses. Under Weiss, the Irish could only manage a 6-6 record this season. Kelly will take the reins at Notre Dame effective immediately, bringing a 34-6 record at Cincy with him. Offensive coordinator Jeff Quinn will replace Kelly, coaching the number 4 Bearcats in their January 1st matchup against Florida. To the court we go now for college hoops. After beating ranked teams like Maryland and Duke, the number 23 Wisconsin Badgers braved blizzard conditions on Wednesday night to face the UW-Green Bay Phoenix. The Badgers, however, should have probably taken a snow day, as Green Bay gets the upset win in overtime by a final of 88-84. The now 6-2 Badgers will try to go forward against another in-state rival, Marquette. That game takes place on Saturday at the Kohl Center in Madison. And with the win, the Green Bay improves to 9-2 on the year. Finally, in sports, the UW-Eau Claire men's basketball team took their first WIAC conference win last night. 4 Blue Golds scored in the double digits en route to the 74-68 win over River Falls. Senior Eau Claire Memorial grad Colin Boone led the Blue Golds in scoring. He had 18 points on the night. The 5-3 Blue Golds will host I-94 rival UW Stout This Saturday in Zorn Arena, tip-off is set for 5 p.m. And that's all for sports. After the break, Megan and Matt will be back to wrap things up. Don't change that channel. You're watching Update News.
Message of the day. Tanning beds are for losers. Their UV rays can be up to 15 times stronger than the sun. Trust me, it's so not as safe as you think. I'm telling you as a friend. Tanning beds can increase your risk for cancer, including melanoma, the deadliest form of skin cancer, which is the second most common cancer for women in their 20s. At the end of the day, it's so not worth it. Oh my gosh, there are so many risks. It can cause ugly wrinkles and age spots and can ruin your skin. And if you get skin cancer, you could be messed up beyond all recognition. Please don't tan. Without a doubt, tanning is so over. End of discussion.
Overexposure to UV rays is the leading cause of skin cancer. Be safe. Don't go there. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Anyone who uses a tanning bed is an idiot. So get a life, or you could lose it.
And now, another adventure with Savings Man. When we last left Savings Man, he was busy helping countless Americans choose to save for their future. Like this young couple who realized they shouldn't rely totally on Social Security.
You need to save more. You'll need this.
Oh, the ballpark estimate worksheet.
Or this young shopper who was tempted by...
Charge it. You can pay it off later.
Credit card guy could lead you to big trouble. You need a savings plan.
Savings Man also gives friendly reminders to people already saving.
Hope you're saving for health insurance.
Absolutely, because health insurance is important.
And every day, Savings Man continues to give great savings advice.
Enroll today in your company's savings plan or open an IRA. And remember, contribute the max to get the max.
You're right, Savings Man. What was I waiting for? Thanks.
Gee, thanks, Savings Man.
Thanks, Savings Man.
Gee, thanks, Savings Man.
No, thank you.
So visit ChooseToSave.org and get your ballpark estimate today.
And remember, choose to save.
That's all for Update News for the year of 2009.
Thanks for watching. From all of us on Update News, have a safe and happy holiday.